Here are 3 things you need to know about cognition to help with blended and online learning. Now, thing number 1 is that memory is contextual. So we like to think that when we learn, we just take in information clean. But it turns out we don't. So your information for this material now isn't just going to simply be my words. It's going to be my words mixed with whatever the feeling of the chair has against your body, whatever smell is in the air around you, whatever sounds are coming in, whatever you're feeling, if you're happy, if you're sad. All of this context gets tied in with your new memory and can be used later to determine how you can access this memory and learning. So this means when kids learn online, they're going to be doing good learning, but they're going to be tying it to an online environment. And we can't be surprised that when they move into the real world, some of those skills, some of those abilities get lost in translation. Now, this doesn't mean they didn't learn them. It simply means we need to help them reactivate them in different contexts so they can use that knowledge elsewhere. Now, thing number 2 is this. Not only is memory contextual, but it's also constructive. So the secret to deep, lasting, durable memories has very little to do with how the information goes into your brain. It has everything to do with how you pull it out. Every time you access a memory, that memory gets deeper, better, stronger, easier to access in the future. So this means when we're online, a lot of the times people just take in information, look things up, watch videos. We need to find ways to get them to access that information, to recall it, to quiz them, teach somebody else, anything to get them pulling ideas out of their brain, because that's where we're going to get the deep, lasting, durable memories that they can use around the world. Now, the third thing has to do with attention. So you've probably heard this kind of idea that the attention span of today's generation is dropping wildly. It absolutely isn't. All you have to do is watch a kid play 8 hours of a video game, or sit through 3 hours of a film, or play a board game for 2 hours to know that no, our attention span has never changed. It's exactly the same now as it was 10,000 years ago. What's changing is the tools we're using. And each time we use a tool, we set our attention filter to match that tool. Now, unfortunately, when people use a computer, because computers lead to all this, what we call parallel processing, open a bunch of windows, have a bunch of hyperlinks, we set our attention to very short filters when we're online because that's how we typically use it. Go to this page, look at this funny thing, move on. So when kids sit down to learn on a computer, they might show less attention, but it's not a hardwired thing up here. It's because the tool is leading them to act that way. So this means when they're online, we have to think about how are we using the tool to strip away all of these extraneous things to keep their attention focused and going strong the same way it does when they're playing games, video games, or watching films. So they have the attention. We just need to make sure we're using the tool to tap into that attention, not in a way that's leading them to flit around.